Hello, happy Wednesday.
Hi, friends. How are we?
What's going on, Chris? How are you?
I'm good. I literally, you didn't notice it, or maybe you did right before the show.
Yeah.
I'll pull the curtain back. Usually I pull into the show about 3:59.
Yes.
I usually pull into the show at 3:59. I work until the very last second and I come running in here, leave myself just enough time to turn on the lights and pray to God the computer is good. Today I was in here anyway because I had to do some work for Landau's show, so I had to do some writing and getting some pictures together. But I actually was, 5 minutes early?
Yeah, weird.
You probably didn't know what was going on. You probably thought that you were running late.
Yeah, I was sitting back listening to some YouTube music, and then there you were. I was like, what the hell's going on?
It was very different from normal, that's for sure.
Nobody's watching anyway, so what difference does it make?
There's people watching.
Oh. I don't even know where to start today. We have a guest coming up in a little bit.
We do. Mr. Johnny Gioeli of the band Hardline, Axel Rudy Pell, and of course, if you or your kids have ever played Sonic the Hedgehog, you've heard his music from his band Crush 40 and his song Live and Learn and a bunch of his other tunes. And Johnny will be performing out at my place, Pinball PA, on Sunday, May the 26th. He'll be performing a concert at 6:15 in the PM, and he'll be out there all day long. Like if you want to come out and just meet him, get a picture, sign an autograph, watch him play video games, watch him play pinball, maybe challenge him to a game of Dig Dug or something. Come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, can you just play games if you want to come out and play games or no?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I know my wife and I and my daughter are all coming out on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're open for business. I mean, it's a general day. The way, if you want to just come and you don't want the concert and you don't give a shit about meeting Johnny or any of that, come on out. It's just regular admission fee. But if you want to stay for the concert, you can come out. It's a full day. You could be there at 11, stay until the end of the concert and get your autographs and your photos and play all day long for $65.
Now, I'm trying to figure out what time we're coming out because I know we want to probably spend the night. I'm guessing we're spending the night.
Okay.
Just because, if we want to stay for the show, then, we want to be able to enjoy it and then go back to a room as opposed to driving a couple hours back.
Sure.
So we're still trying to figure that part out.
See, I'm driving back.
Are you?
I'm driving back Sunday, yeah. I'm going up Saturday. But and I'm going to stay the night Saturday because we got to do all the setup and the run through and everything else, make sure everything's right. So, but yeah, Sunday after the show's over, after Johnny's done, I'm jumping on the freeway going home. It's only 2 hours. I hate hotels.
I don't really want to spend the night, so we're gonna see what we can do because dude, hotels anymore are just ridiculously overpriced. I mean, it's expensive to stay.
Dude, you don't have to tell me. I just booked 3. I booked 1 for myself and 2 for Johnny, and it was $1,000.
Yeah, well, we're going on vacation at the end of the month, hopefully, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to have a lot of hotels to pay for on the way down,
sure,
on the way back, and all that kind of stuff. And we're driving to Florida. So that's going to be an expense, if you will.
Sure.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some games. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. Your TikTok, your son, I think, runs.
Yeah, my son does that.
It's fantastic. I mean, I sit there and can watch those games and stuff all the time. And so it's entertaining. And I've been there. To Pinball PA. If people out there have not been to Pinball PA, you must go. You've got to check it out because if you're like a Gen Xer,
mm-hmm.
I mean, even a Gen Z, you'll get a kick out of like old video games and stuff like that. But if you're a Gen Xer like I am, and forget about it. It's like walking into your childhood and it exploded all over everything.
Right. Well, I mean, look, people have been watching. The people that are watching have been watching long enough to know a little about me. Not a ton, but a little. And one thing I'm not big on necessarily is promoting me. Like, you don't hear me coming on here every day and talking, and about my book and about my this and about my that. I really don't do that.
Right.
The one thing I will promote is Pinball PA. It's the coolest fucking thing I've ever done. And it's not only me. I mean, it's obviously me and my son, and we have a bunch of guys that work with us, and, everybody plays their part. But yeah, I own the place. I've owned the place since we opened in 15 or 14, whatever year it was that we opened the place. And still, when I walk into that place, I have to stop for a minute and just look around and go, holy shit, this is mine. Because it's overwhelming. And I think for the Cleveland people that are listening, they think of like 8-Bit or whatever out there in Lakewood, if it's still there. I haven't been there in forever, but you know that place I'm talking about, the bar place that has like 20 games or whatever. This ain't that. It's definitely not. This is that times 20 or 30 or something. It's that place I think has 20 games. We have 420 games. It's an amazing number of games that are that are available, and you just walk in and play. You don't have to have a bag of quarters. You don't have to do anything. You just walk in, pay your admission. They're all turned on, and boom, you're playing.
Yeah, like I said, I was there one time with my family, and my daughter was fixated on the Elvis pinball game because she's a fan of Elvis. But there's so many things that, again, just brought me back to me being a kid and playing at the arcade, and it's too much fun, man. You got to go check it out.
Sure. I'll answer this one. How did I pick PA? Well, the business was originally started before I took it over outright. It was started by me and a friend, and my friend lived out there. So when I was going through my divorce, he took me to Atlantic City for a weekend, and it was really just like a fun first-class thing. And he had a little warehouse in his backyard that had all these games in it, and that was kind of what he did for fun. Was, he would, at the end of a night or whatever, he would go out into his warehouse, turn all the machines on, everybody would get drunk and play pinball. And he had sold his other businesses that he had at the time.
Yeah.
And he said to me one night, we were there after coming back from Atlantic City, and he was like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't know what to do from here. I sold my business. I don't have anything lined up, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of looked around the place and I said, well, this is what you do. This. And he was like, what do you mean this? And I was like, we open this to the public. Public would love this kind of a place. And we did from there. We did a little Kickstarter to raise some money to get the startup costs. And we opened it up, and it's been now, I think actually this weekend or last weekend was the 9-year anniversary. We've been open for 9 years and still going, man. I mean, we survived stupid COVID. So if you could survive that, you could survive anything, I guess. So,
yeah.
But yeah, we're open, and this weekend's going to be a lot of fun. You gamer people, look, everybody that's a gamer person that's our age is aware of Sonic the Hedgehog. You may not have played it a ton, but you're certainly aware of it.
Yep.
And Johnny Gioeli is the voice of it. Not the voice of Sonic, but the voice of all the music that's in those games. That Sonic 2 Battle Zone or Sonic 2 Battle, Adventure Battle.
I've got them all.
Yeah, he's all the music that's in that is Johnny. So for him, and this appearance, and I can't stress this enough, and I know it sounds like I'm a car salesman at this point, but he doesn't do these appearances. He's doing this appearance as a straight up personal favor to me, which I cannot thank him enough for. But he's doing it as a favor to me, and he loves his fans, and I'm sure he'll talk about it when we have him on a little bit. He's part of a charity that he uses, like he takes all his money and he gives it to the charity. So, he's not even doing this for money. He's doing it to raise money for a charity, and he's doing it for might be a charity for you, Seth. I believe the charity's for autism. So
there you go.
So you might directly benefit from it. But I think the charity's called Popcorn for the People. But it's just a great thing. But he doesn't do these events very often. I think he's done one other one in the last 3 years like this. Right. So, so it's a big deal, and he's a big deal. I mean, whether his gaming stuff has hundreds of millions of streams, like Live and Learn, and those songs have hundreds of millions of streams. And for those of you that are not gaming people, you certainly remember Hot Cherie. Everybody remembers that.
I do.
You remember? Yeah, I'll play a little taste of it right now because I have it queued up for when he comes on. But tell me if you're an 80s person or early 90s, you don't remember this song. Everybody knows that song, right?
Yep. I'm looking forward to talking to this guy. I'm going to ask him the same questions I always ask because eventually I'm going to get one that says yes. It was
no, you won't.
The vagina was great.
It'll never happen because any more of these guys, they don't even know what that is anymore. They're happy when they get a meal that's not handed to them in styrofoam. That's an exciting night.
What time is he coming in?
4:30. A little bit.
Yeah, see, I gotta watch. It's always these guys you get put on this show that my wife grew up listening to or loved listening to, or thought they were hot and all this kind of stuff. We gotta find an ugly band guy so we can put on. And
well, we can try and get John Popper.
I look like a superstar next to John Popper.
Should we get him, John Popper? Want me to try for Mick Mars?
Yeah, well, he's at least a popular guy. John Popper.
Yeah. Well, John Popper was popular too.
Yeah, not with real people that love.
Not
music.
with women. Not with women. I mean, John Popper was definitely popular in the harmonica crowd, I guess.
Yes, yes. I was a big fan of back in the day.
I love that album. That
harmonica.
That one album was great. I don't know anything else that they did, but that one with the Heart Leads You Back and are you gonna go and run around? Yeah. They had their minute.
They did. They did have their minute.
That's about all they had was a minute. But
at some point tonight, maybe in the extra segment, I don't know when we're going to talk about it. We got to talk about our federal government. I'm going to say it now because I know there's some people listening that maybe don't want to hear it. Our federal government saying that it's okay to use lethal force on a former president going in to raid his house for documents. Now, mind you, the current president had documents when he was in the Senate, and which is illegal, by the way. They did a whole hearing on that, and he was found to be too sweet of an old man with a bad memory to charge with anything. But the former president, they were ready to raid his house. They brought guns, handcuffs, zip ties, and everything else. They would have shot poor Barron Trump if he was in that fucking house just to get some documents that Donald Trump may have taken. We'll talk about that at some point.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there.
We're going to talk about your other big news.
Yes, we could talk about that
You're
right now.
Big news all over the place.
I'm newsworthy.
You are. It's fantastic.
Yeah, this is actually a really good one. Next Wednesday, after the Seth Show next Wednesday, at 10 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a little national TV with Dave Landau and Quarter Black Garrett on the Normal World TV show over there on the Blaze and I on YouTube as well. So I will be the featured guest on their show to talk about my story and I don't know what we're talking about. It's funny. I texted Dave yesterday because I got approached by Dave's booker, and she hits me up and she's like, here's the dates and Dave said he'd really like to have you on, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, sure. Of course, I'm all in to do this. This is a big deal. It's a big deal for everything. It's a big deal for this show. It's a big deal for all my other shows and my books and everything. It's going to move the needle because it's a national show. So So, but I didn't know what they wanted to talk about, really. I mean, I got a lot of different things. I got a lot of moving parts with all the books and the businesses and the shows. And, so I had to kind of narrow down what it was. And I guess we're going to talk primarily about the burn stuff, but we're going to talk more about how I didn't fold up and die, I guess, with the burn stuff and went on to do other things. But yeah, I'm super, super excited to do it. I know I don't really have to say it, but I will. I cannot be more appreciative of Dave having me on his show. I mean, who the fuck am I? I'm just some.
That's awesome, though.
I mean, he had Michael Francis on his show, and now me. So either it's a slow booking month, or
we had Michael Francis on, and we're here every day. So
yeah, I know. So, but for us, Michael Francis was a great book. For Dave, that's like a normal book. That's the difference.
I'll take this. Bring on Geddy Lee. Seth is hotter than him. See?
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what.
Huh?
I don't know what John Drake's talking about.
Just
that he sees nothing. Refresh, John. I don't know what he's talking about. I just turned it on. I see us. Refresh your screen. What pow?
What's he watching?
I don't know. Rumble, it looks like. Looks like he's on Rumble.
It's funny that, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, if somebody like John Drake can't figure out how to use technology these days, I understand. I mean, the guy's still rooting for fucking LeBron James. I mean,
yeah. Well, he is a tech moron. That part is true.
Is that true?
Oh, my God. When it comes to technology, John eats a bag of pennies for dinner nightly. I mean, he is straight up retarded when it comes to technology. Even he'll tell you that. I mean, if he comes on here and says, no, he's not, I'm officially never going to speak to him again because he knows that he's a turd when it comes to technology.
Well, I mean, maybe there is something wrong. I don't know. Could be. Mm-hmm. Who I was thinking about today, and we haven't heard from him in like forever and a day, is that Rick guy, Rick.
Didn't he change his job?
Maybe. Is that it?
Yeah.
We're getting sad that we haven't heard from him. But, John, can you figure this one out, buddy?
No, it seems like not. I just told him to go to YouTube. You watch on YouTube if you want.
You can't make fun of YouTube now for like the next week because you're going to be on it. So you have to be nice to you.
Oh, I can. I just can't. I just won't say anything. I just won't say anything negative, like super crazy on his show.
This free show is a ripoff. I've seen some of yours there, John. Let's start talking quality of show here. I didn't know. I'm looking to see. I have Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble's working fine.
I didn't know how to find our show on Rumble, dude. That's how bad I am with technology.
I'm looking at us right now on Rumble.
Yeah, look, I'm listening to us right now on Rumble. There it is. It's
Here we are on Rumble.
Yeah, it's working just fine. John.
Yeah.
The hell are you
doing? We're right there on Rumble. It's working perfectly.
I found a sport, by the way, that you and I would be good at.
What's that?
Now, this would be really good for us, I believe. Wait, you want me to play a video of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not yet.
Pillow fighting.
The PFC championship?
The pillow fighting championship.
You know what? As dumb as that sounds, I'd watch it.
No, I saw it in passing. But I'm wondering if there's ever been like any pillow fighting knockouts.
Oh, I'm sure there has.
I mean, John Drake is in the pillow biting championship. I understand that.
Well, he's the all-time champion at that.
He is the world heavyweight championship belt holder.
I don't know why we're goofing on him. He can't hear us. Well, they do have a website, fightpfc.com. Let's look up Pillow
Knockouts.
Fighting Championship knockouts. See if there's any. Top 10 hits. Big hits. Let's look at some hits.
He said, I can hear you, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. All right, well, let's see. Here we go.
Lots of athleticism. 360 to open it up. Fighting 17 years old. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. A real life video game player. That is it. And Carvalho.
Oh, what a hit. Oh.
This young man just hitting him with the 360.
It's a composite material used here, so it does hit a little bit harder. And
a knockdown.
Takedown, and that is a
He got knocked in the nuts with a blow. Oh, he took his leg out.
What I'm liking for Turbo is he's cutting off Simon from jumping around like that.
Headshot. To the window. To the moon. One blow.
This guy dressed like a clown.
High scoring round.
This is a rock and sock and brawl between these two.
Oh my God.
That pillow.
Oh, wow, the Joker with a couple of headshots.
The Joker.
He's taking it.
Oh, the women's division.
Paintings are very good here, especially in PFC. You want to throw up great dodging by Danilo.
Oh, look out.
He almost fell.
That just looked like he dove through the ropes.
Yeah, he didn't actually get hit.
I'd watch this. I'm desperate enough for entertainment.
Wait a second, though. I mean, look, I might watch it if I saw it like on ESPN or something like that, but I'm not making a night out of it and go to the fucking pillow fighting championships like those people in the background.
Yeah, well,
So loud. Where the fuck do you sell out a pillow fighting championship?
how do you sell it out?
Like, what city is actually signing up for the pillow fighting championship?
You imagine going to your wife and going, "Hey, babe, I got some tickets to something to go do tonight. We're gonna go to the pillow fighting championship."
Now, look, the women thing is a porn thing. Definitely, I can watch like naked women hitting themselves with pillows all day long.
Yeah, naked women,
but
not these two heifers.
No, not in a ring. It's not really exciting all that much.
In pudding, maybe.
Yeah, or if they were in bikinis, I could deal with bikini
Yeah.
pillow fight championships. But like these dudes, at what point in your life do you sit there and go, "I suck at boxing. MMA is not going to work out for me. I think I'm going to go the pillow fighting route with my life."
I keep getting my ass beat in bare knuckles, so I'm going for
Right.
the pillows.
John Drake had signed up for pillow fighting. I know that. But like when you suck at fighting, you get your ass kicked at the bars and everything. You eventually turn to the pillow fighting championships.
How far down do you got to be? Well, I got my ass kicked at UFC. I got my ass beat in boxing. I was a failure at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
What's left? Pillow fighting. I just can't imagine. How do you tell that to your family? You know what? I was an all-American athlete, and I was first team all-state in track, and now I'm hitting people with pillows for money.
And how much is the salary for a pillow fighter?
Yeah, I mean, what do you win if you're the champion? A soft crown?
Yeah. All right, I got to look up what is the salary for
A Nerf belt? I mean, what is the belt made of Nerf?
for
Yeah, Habu's probably right. This is probably Mexico.
Okay,
Bulgaria or somewhere.
Yeah, but it was English speaking.
That don't mean anything. That just means they want it on YouTube. These guys cannot make $500 a fight. No way. I mean, dude, this is a gym. Let's be honest. This is
Professional fighting, pillow fighting, the training of a PFC champion. Holly Tillman won the pillow fight championship in 2022 He used his $5,000 winnings
$5,000
to open up a pillow dojo in Miami.
Pillow dojo.
The PFL, it's called.
Yeah. The pillow fighting.
How about this? The PFL and its new tournament format can guarantee a fighter earnings up to $1 million if they win.
No, you're looking at that's UFC. So PFL is the Professional Fighters League.
No, this is how much do professional pillow fighting fighters get paid.
No, that's not the PFL. The PFL is. I watched the PFL.
Okay, well,
this is the PFC.
This says here the Pillow Fighting League. And
So
it's
there's
new
two
tournament
PFLs?
format. Yes.
How could you win $1 million hitting somebody with a fucking pillow?
In addition to the $1 million fighters, in addition to the $1 million, fighters can earn a separate salary, which has allowed fighters to look to the PFL for the salary they want to receive. I don't understand what that means. But
Who's the sponsor? Mike Lindell?
in the PFC, however, the Pillow Fighting League is different than the Pillow Fighting
All right.
Championship. In the PFC, the Ocho Day, so it's got to be a Hispanic thing, championship title belt and two $5,000 cash prizes.
That's to be the champion.
Yeah.
So if you're not good, what do you get? A bedspread?
Yeah, some betting to go along with it.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your consolation prize, a comforter.
Seth can't rip on anyone for this. He'd get owned in pillow fighting. One-legged dudes probably don't have a good win-loss record in this sport. Look,
Probably true.
how all I got to do is stand up. I mean, you can't just knock me down with a pillow. I have some sort of balance.
Maybe they have handicap pillow fighting where you put
They
them in a
should.
wheelchair.
Good.
2 wheelchairs get in there. Strap a pillow to the end of the good foot and hit each other with that.
All I know is that, again, John Drake, pillow biting championship, us, pillow fighting championship.
The pillow, who even knew there was such
You
a
and I
thing?
should do that as like a, like some sort of like a special event kind of thing for charity. You and I, and then we take a little cut too, but we get in a ring and pillow fight each other.
I'm already in a pillow fighting championship. I wear my pillow under my shirt. Always. All right, let's get to our guest who is sitting in the green room just waiting to, he's anxious to come onto this show, I'm sure.
After the pillow fighting talk, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's like, Jesus, what am I walking into? What kind of shit is this? All right, well, of course, we mentioned at the beginning of the show, Johnny Gioeli of Hardline, of Axel Rudy Pell, of Crush 40, and on Sunday of Pinball PA, as he will be out there doing the Crush 40 live experience Sunday, May the 26th at Pinball PA, Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. So why don't we'll give everybody a little taste of some Johnny Gioeli and Hardline, song that everybody should know, and then we will be back with Johnny right after this here on the Seth Williams Show.
Good shit right there, man.
I love it.
Let's welcome him to the show.
All right, Mr. Johnny Gioeli, there he is.
There he is.
I was falling asleep with that pillow fighting, something that was going on. You guys,
You're not a fan of the PFC, the Pillow Fighting Championships?
I'm in. Why not?
You'd watch it too, wouldn't you, Johnny?
What's that, bro?
You would watch it, right?
Oh yeah, I would watch it. Are they naked? Are they women?
That's what I said.
That's what we said too.
Of course.
We said, "Where's the pudding fights?"
Hey,
You put a
How are
couple
you,
of
boys?
bikinis and have them some pillows. I'm in. I'm down.
Yeah. How are you, fellas?
Good, good.
Good, my friend. How are you?
Man, doing great, man. Busier than a one-legged kickboxer.
Well, you got a one-legged host here with Seth, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay, right on, Seth. Thank you, brother. You know the feeling. Man.
I tried kickboxing. It didn't go well for me. The leg went
that's-
flying. It was all, and I fell over. It was all fucked.
That's a hell of an aerobic workout. Yeah, no question, man. No question.
Well, dude, let's get into Sunday, man. It's I can't believe it's finally coming, man. It seems like we've been talking about this forever.
Dude, I am so pumped. We have, we're gonna be doing these. It's the first time ever that I will be playing a game.
Right.
Literally, out of all the Sega games, now I did a little bit of gaming with my son when he was little, like All-Star Racing, Sonic stuff, but just that one game. I've never, and I think I'm in that game too, but I have never really played any of these massive games.
Right.
So this is the first time in PA that I will be challenging. How many people are we doing?
20.
20 people, because I only have so much time. So I wish I could challenge everybody. But they're going to get a certificate of I've kicked Johnny's ass certificate. They're all printed and prizes and popcorn that's provided by Popcorn for the People, the fully neurodiverse charity that I'm involved with. So I can't wait, man. Really, it's going to be so fun. We talked about this months and months and months ago, and here we are. Do you have my staging and my lighting and my fog machine and all that stuff?
Actually, yes. As a matter of fact, I got the emails yesterday saying this is how much the stage cost, this is how much the hotels cost, this is I got all those things. Believe me, my heart was racing.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I never said I was cheap, bro. Never said I was cheap.
How did you get involved with the Sonic games and all that kind of stuff?
It's a wild story, man. So Jun Sonoe, who actually works for Sega Corporation in Japan, lives in Japan, was a huge Hardline fan. And he contacted Doug Aldridge, White Snake Doug Aldridge and Dead Daisies Doug Aldridge, to get to connect us. And June asked me if I've ever done anything in gaming. And back then, so that we're going back to 1998. And back then, if you were a gamer, you were a weirdo. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, that kid ain't right. He's all he does is play games.
That was me.
Obviously not like that today, and shouldn't have been like that back then. But anyway, Doug aligned me with June, and June approached me and said, hey, would you be interested in, singing on a game? First, it was a console. We did a Sega NASCAR arcade console thingy, where you actually sit and steer the whole thing, like old school arcade. And then it rolled into, hey, would you be interested in singing on games? And to me, it was like, yeah, I mean, that's like scoring a movie. Just show me what you want. Let me see the scene and let me write to it. I don't care if it's a cartoon, animation or whatever it is. I'm going to be creative to it. And that's how it started. And I don't know, over a billion, maybe several billion streams later, it's the most iconic, epic music known in gaming. And I didn't know it was happening. That's what's so funny. I didn't know.
And that's the weird thing, too, is if you talk about other games, I don't think there's any other game like Live and Learn, which is the big hit for Crush 40 and is obviously the big song that every single person that has ever played Sonic knows.
Yeah.
There's not one of those for Pac-Man or Call of Duty or any. There's just not a song like yours is the lone song that has transformed from music to gaming. It's really unusual.
And popularity grows annually since 2001. So that song will be featured in a new Sonic 3 movie, which comes out in December, starring Jim Carrey. And that song is the final battle. That movie takes the Sonic Adventure 2, sort of theme and plot. So the movies now replicate those games, and the music has to be part of it. The next movie I think they're going to be working on is the character called Shadow. And I wrote the biggest song for Shadow called I'm All of Me. And the kids, I'll be playing that this weekend, and the kids will sing every word, and I'll take a nap while they're singing.
And it's funny, we talked about this on CMS the other night. We keep calling them the kids. Meanwhile, they're like 35, 38.
Oh, man. Well, when you're our age, man, they're all freaking
Well,
kids.
we're 35 and 38, aren't we?
Well, I'm 39 and a half. But yeah, bro. So I'm that's how I got involved. And it just sort of snowballed. And then they asked, hey, would you do this game? Hey, would you write this song? Would you write that song? Would you write that song? So it went from there.
Now, what's the difference, though, between doing a band like Hardline where you're out in front of on a stage in front of big crowds, and then you do this? I mean, is the return different pay-wise? Is the return different audience-wise? How different is it? You're trying to make that kind of music.
Well, that was a little personal, and that was like asking me for my penis size. But I'm going to tell you, no, it is, I will be honest with you, fully 100% transparent. It is the biggest part of my career ever.
That's good.
You can take 103 albums that I have released worldwide, and these games and this music is the biggest music I've ever created.
Now,
So
I'm going to ask a question.
The money part.
I'm going to ask a question, and Chris is going to get upset with me, but then he can handle all the business stuff. But I'm going to ask a question because I ask all these guys to come on here and cool bands like yours, because my wife was a big fan of Hardline, by the way.
Oh, I love
her. I picture like the scene of like Hardline. You're on a tour bus with women hanging out the window. There's alcohol flowing all over the place. People are naked, and it's just one hell of a party. I would imagine that the Sonic thing is a little bit different, but I do. Do you miss those kind of days? I mean, was it like that?
It's more of a Halloween party this time with Sega. It's not. It's just you just have to kind of go with what it is. No, I don't miss those days, man. I had so many years of that stuff. Let me tell you, relative to size, I played an event in Chile, in Santiago. There was 20,000 people there for my show.
For which band?
This band.
Oh, the Johnny band?
The Johnny band, just Sonic music. Just my music. Just my music. It is monumentally big. As big as anything I've done in Hardline or Axel, Rudy Pell. I mean, I can do an event and just, one of these events and it'll sell out in no time. I just got off of a chat prior to this, our conversation here with this Discord. We have a Crush 40 Discord, and I love to get on and talk to the kids. Here we go again, kids, people. And Chris, there's people flying in from Chile, from England, all over the place, New York, Vermont. I mean, all over the place for the show.
Well,
I love this music.
I'm going to put this out there. And it's not because I'm trying to sell tickets, although please, if you want to come, buy your tickets because
there's some left.
There are some left.
Okay, all right.
I've been getting emails and messages this week asking if we could add more to the VIP. Oh. And they're just like, well, I'm flying in from Spain, and I've just been reassuring people because ultimately they want to meet you. I think they want a game, but they ultimately just want to meet you. And I keep reassuring people, well, if you come in and you do the concert thing, you're definitely going to meet Johnny. I think it's pretty obvious.
I hang out. I want to. That's my quest with these things. Is I want to meet every possible person I can. I did the I did the Sonic Symphony in Los Angeles at the Dolby Theater. Sold out 2 shows, the entire Dolby Theater. After those shows, I sat in the front. They didn't kick the kids out with kids. They didn't kick the people out. And I was at the front, and I greeted and met with every single kid I possibly could. And I got one hell of a cold after doing that. Someone gave me some goopy stuff or something. But I love these people. They're the best. They're the most dedicated, solid fans I have. No question about it.
Right on. Well, dude, let's go backwards to the kind of the beginnings for you. Let's talk for people that don't know. Hardline was Johnny and his brother Joe and Neil Sean from Journey. You know,
Yes.
at Journey's height, like at Journey's peak time.
Yeah, don't stop believing, baby. Yeah. Right.
How did that whole thing come together? How did you, who was not established at the time, hook up with Neil, who was, you know, kind of the king of the rock world at the time?
Yeah. So Neil was married to my sister.
Okay.
And they were together about 8 years, and they have my beautiful niece, Sarah, together. And we would go back to, I'm originally from New York. I'm back on the East Coast now, 27 years in LA doing the whole hardline thing. But when we were in LA, we would travel back to have our, holiday stuff on the East Coast with our parents and do that whole thing. And we never asked Neil for any help in the music business, just absolutely never asked for anything.
Right.
Well, one Christmas we were back, and my brother Joey and I were working on an album called Brothers, which is kind of like this hard rock version of Nelson. And I'm playing this song called Face the Night. And I had my 12 string, and Neil comes freaking Joyce Joyner. I mean, he was just hopping hurdles into the kitchen. He said, give me the guitar. And he starts playing his chord. He's like, what about this? What about that? To make a long story very short, I said, Neil, are you interested in producing some of this music? Because I've never heard this. Neil's chord knowledge is just, it's mind-blowing. He's probably one of the most underrated guitar players ever. And his chord, and he doesn't even know what the chords are. I'll go like, what is that? He goes, I don't know, man. It's like the C minor, demented, augmented, something.
Right.
So he goes, listen, I'm busy with bad English, but, work at my house, and then I'll come home after the studio, and then we'll refine some of your songs, and I'll work with you. Trying to condense the story. But he fell in love with this music that I wrote and that we wrote together. And he literally said, can we form a band? And we said no. My brother and I, we were just like, no, we're going to do this brothers thing. And then he was shocked and upset about that. He was very hurt about that. It's like, he told my sister, he's like, well, I'm Neil Sean. Why don't they want me? I'm fucking Neil Sean. But eventually, we came around. I said, you know what? It's not the vision we wanted at the time. We were still stuck in the long hair thing, and we were stuck. And I said, let's do this because we can write songs, man. I mean, Neil and I would sit and we would just crank songs out. And so I said, this is what it's all about. It's about songs. Forget about the hair and all this shit. So we formed the band. And now today, 3/5 of Journey, Dean Castronovo, Neil Sean, and Todd Jensen is Hardline. Yeah. So, it's interesting. So that's how the whole thing started from there.
Was it when you said no, and I'm curious about it, I've never even asked you about this, but when you guys said no, was it an ego thing? Was it you telling Joe, oh, we don't need him because you can do that? Or I mean, where was the, I don't know. And again, I'm talking out my ass as a field musician, but I'm just going to ask. I would have had that opportunity. I couldn't have jumped at it fast enough. I'd have been like, this is escalating me from playing in front of 30 people to playing in front of 1,000 people that fast. No.
So we knew that we had the songwriting partnership and the production partnership. That was solid. Mm-hmm. The look and feel and everything else to us was secondary, and we just didn't envision Neil being part of that look. You know what I mean? Like the look and feel. It's like a brand. We were trying to create this brand. And Joey and I were so burnt out with bands.
Right.
So burnt out with dealing with people that we were just freaking headstrong, that we were just going to be my brother and I and then backing guys, and that's it. So it had nothing to do with ego, nothing to do with, we didn't think about, hey, this could really, propel us. We weren't even thinking about that. We were just thinking about making great music and getting out there. That's it. We didn't even realize at the time. I mean, I was in my young 20s. It was an $8.5 million record deal, and one of the largest deals for a new band in a very, very long time. We just wanted to freaking make great music. I wasn't thinking about the money. I wasn't thinking about anything. Just wanted to put out my work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Had you had success prior to it? Like, even if it was like nominal, but yeah, you had record company people saying, hey, you got something here? Or?
Yeah, definitely. We back before Hardline started, it was Brunette, the guys with all the long hair, and we were the largest draw on the Sunset Strip. We broke the Doors record, Van Halen's record. We'd sell out in 20 minutes.
Wow.
We would pack them in. I mean, they'd have the big lights and the thing. It was like an event when Brunette played in Hollywood. And so we did have success, and we knew, and I knew, because I was the head songwriter, that I was not ready, man. I was not ready. I was not a good songwriter. I was stupid. I was still growing. You know what I mean? I didn't have it. And if we wanted to take advantage of Neil, we would have taken advantage of him on probably year 1 or 2, not year 8. You know
right.
what I mean? We just didn't want to mix that, especially with the family dynamic. Just didn't want to. And I think it was important to Neil at that time too, because it was the first time no one was breaking his balls about, jumping on his train. You know what I mean? And so we respected that. It was him that made it was him who asked us out on the date. It was him.
How different was the rock scene back then compared to what it is now? With the Sunset Strip, with, bands like that were so popular and so huge. And now it seems like the rock scene is a little bit different. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's entirely changed now. And we just made it through the turmoil. Back late 80s. I would just say, if I was playing the music now that I was playing in 89, I would be lucky to draw 6 people at Starbucks, maybe 7 if I offered a free coffee. It just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. That's why I go to Europe. My audience is Europe. I don't play shows here. I don't want to play a little venue here. I did that, done that. Don't need to do that. I go and I play, 20,000, 40,000, 100,000 seaters in Europe, where the music is still new there. They didn't have this cultural change. It's really interesting, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. What do you blame on it? I mean, do you blame the grunge thing? Do you blame Taylor Swift? I mean, what? I always get an argument with Chris about this too. I think rock is just not what it used to be anymore. Even in the early 2000s, there were some bands that were kind of good, but rock to me today is dead. I don't know what it is.
Listen, I blame everything on freaking Taylor Swift. Just blame her.
Man, me too.
No, I'm just kidding. Taylor, I'm just kidding. So obviously we know that grunge really hurt our 80s style music. And I remember in the studio, a very, very big name in the business, very, very big name, John Kolodner, very, very big, responsible for Guns N' Roses and Aerosmith and some of the huge bands. He goes, put this on. It's a band called Pearl Jam. They're taking everyone out. Nothing is going to be played on MTV. This music is over. It's done. And that's why I didn't sign you. You're all talented, but this music is gone. MTV's not even going to be playing videos. Watch what happens. And Jesus Christ, was he right?
Right.
Gone. But now you take a country like, and I tell this story a lot, you take a country like Bulgaria, where just 15 years ago, any music played other than Bulgarian music was illegal.
Right.
Illegal, man. You crank up a Scorpions tune or a Van Halen tune in public, you're going to jail. Wow. So now this music is now alive there. It's new. I mean, they're still wearing AC/DC shirts and shit in Bulgaria. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's awesome because they're like finally able to be free in the music that they never had the opportunity to play in the 80s. So it's cool. Yeah. So that's why it thrives over there. But yeah, it's massively different. I still switch through, forget about Spotify for now. I still switch through FM channels in the car, and I laugh my ass off. I'm like, what is going on here? What is it? We haven't had a music in so long, a genre. What do we have right now?
Nothing. Well, what we have is rap. That's what we have. That is the genre that's overtaken rock. Rock is, look, and this is why you're both wrong. I'll just tell you both why you're wrong. There's plenty of great music that's out there. There's plenty of great music out there right now. Okay. There's no outlets that play it. There's just no outlets to play it. The reason it works, even like you were just saying, Johnny, in Bulgaria, in, Sweden, in Donington or whatever we're calling that now, Vaken, the reason it works in those places is because those places, A, still play the music, and B, are not like America looking to jump on a fashion trend.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. No question about it, bro. I agree with you. A lot of truth to that. But the reason we can't play it here is there's not enough listeners to pay for it, too. We've moved on.
Mm-hmm.
You try to start an FM station and play, our 80s rock music, good luck. You're not going to find any advertisers.
No, it is hard, but at the same time, if you go to iHeart or you go to Pandora or one of those, there's 400 of those stations, and they all have tons of people listening. The people are there. The problem is that the stations now go for lazy and easy.
Yeah.
They
sure.
Why do I want to invest in a band? When your band came up, they had to invest in your band. Like every radio station in the country had to invest. They didn't just say, well, we're going to play Hot Cherie and see how it goes. They made a deal with the record company that said, well, you're going to play these 10 artists and we're going to play these 3 songs over 6 months. We're going to invest into that, and you're going to invest X amount of advertising dollars and flyaway giveaways and all that other stuff for us to do that.
Well, there's some of that, yeah. Chris, I'll interject for a second. So, how it works with that, too, is it's interesting business. I used to chart this stuff through a fax machine. Do the listeners know what a fax machine is? Every week, I would get a radio report on what stations in the country are playing our music and at what level, what rotation, light, medium, heavy rotation. Music is a form of advertising. When there's a popular song, people tune in so that they can hopefully hear that song. Oh, I love that song. And they keep it on the radio. I love that song, so that they hear the commercials. So we had to have music on those stations to draw listeners. And then we would push the radio. We had promotional people out there pushing the radio stations, feeding them Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kremes,
right?
Taking them out to dinner to bump up from light rotation to medium, a medium to high rotation, or whatever the hell they call it now. And then I would chart it with a pin. It's crazy, man, back in the day. I'd take colored pins. I had the United States, and I put a pin, green, yellow, red, right? And then I could see where we had light rotation, and then I would call the record company and say, listen, these states here, let's bump this, let's see what they can do. Buy, flip them a freaking white envelope, do something. Let's get these rotations up. Okay, there's some truth to that too, brothers.
Sure. Oh yeah. Well, and now it's just
hand money to MTV.
Of course.
Because when we paid MTV, we sold 100,000 records in one play.
Right.
It's crazy.
And I think now
I got a couple of jackets from some bands working in my days in radio that probably shouldn't have gotten, but they got a hell of a lot of plays on it.
See? All right, brother. We're speaking truth here, how it really is.
Yeah.
Well, and the unfortunate thing is in today's world here in the United States anyway,
yeah,
they've cut out the middleman. that you Johnny Gioeli Hardline will make a lot more money if you sell a song to Peloton or to Keurig than you will if you release a new song and try to get it through the media and through plays and Spotify playlists and all that other stuff. The return, they've cut out the middleman, which is the audience almost, to just get it to the advertising itself.
Truth.
You know, it's, and that's why Johnny and I have our business together.
Yeah.
Trying to capitalize on that, but
yeah, try to help artists recover, money they didn't even know exists, because this is a crazy digital world we live in. And every song played is a form of advertising. It's someone's work and it needs to be paid for. That's the way it works.
Amen.
So, but I'm excited about the weekend. We're going to have fun. Listen, Chris.
Yes, sir.
You are my partner in business.
Yep.
You are an owner of a Pinball PA. I am going to treat you to a dinner, bro. Anything you want under $4.95. All
right. There we go. I'm down the street to Arby's, man. We're getting
putting it all on red, man. Spend that sucker. We're going. We're going to have fun.
Yeah, we are going to have fun. And I hope some of the listeners are going to have fun with us. Some of the viewers and the listeners watching right now. Again, you can come out to Pinball PA. It is in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Pinballpa.com is the website. Get yourself a couple of tickets. Come on out. It's going to be a great day, a full day of pinball and arcade games, and then an evening of rock concert, man.
Yes.
A rare rock concert, one that Johnny does not do often.
I don't do them often, and they're a lot of fun. Let me ask you this question while we're on the air here.
Yep.
Do you want to open up 5 more challenges? It's up to you.
That's up to you. You're the one that has to get your ass kicked. I mean, play the games.
I've been practicing. It's got to be real.
These kids have been playing for 35 years, and you're telling me you've been practicing for a week. Stop it.
All right. I had to play it up a little bit.
If you want to, I mean, if as long as you and your guy know that you can handle the...
Yes, let's add 5 more. Come on, let's add 5 more.
All right.
Then 5 more. Open up to 5 more VIPs, challenges.
Okay.
No, we can't. I don't have enough. No, we can't. No,
I was
we
gonna
can't.
say.
Unless the 5 people understand that I don't have all the same prizes for them. I have a limited number of.
You know what? Here's what we'll do.
What are we going to do?
We'll open it up for the 5.
Okay.
And I will give the people that buy those 5 tickets, I will give them a year free at Pinball PA for those 5 guys.
Are you kidding me?
Why not? We're turning it into a party.
Let's go. I'm in. 5 more.
You're invested a bunch. I'm invested a bunch. What's a couple more things?
All right, let's do it. That's awesome.
Let's just do that.
I'm investing in gas to drive out there. So,
what do you need?
That's what I'm investing in. I'm investing in my tank of gas to drive out and see this show because I'm looking forward to it.
Okay,
well,
thank you, bro.
I'll tell you what, Seth, after this, you might have to invest in putting gas in my tank to get back.
Come on. What the hell?
Nah, it's going to be great. It's
Seth, are you really going, bro? You really
going?
Yeah,
hell yeah. My family, my wife and daughter are coming out too. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. I know a guy can get you a discount ticket.
Send me a text.
Oh, Seth, that's great, man. I look forward
to meeting you.
That's going to be great. Yeah, we'll all get together. I plan on, Monday morning when I head out back to a New York area, I plan on not having any voice whatsoever. That's how much talking and singing I'm going to do.
Nice.
I just want to be with everybody. I really love this because this audience, not that the other audiences for Hardline, Axel, Rudy Pell aren't great and special. I'm not devaluing, but this audience, just something special. Just something special. That's all I can say. Something special.
Well, it's going to be a fun time. It is Sunday, this coming Sunday, May the 26th. Opens at 11 a.m. Johnny, you going to be there at 11 a.m.?
I may have to.
Yeah, I was going to say you might very well have to be to play these games, but we're going to... We're going to be open from 11 until 6. And if you buy the tickets, if you have your tickets online, or if you buy them at the door, I guess, if there's any left, you will get your chance to meet Johnny and see the concert and all that. And for those of you that are going to buy the VIP or already have bought the VIP, look for an email from me, because we're gonna definitely, I got to talk to you, Johnny, later today, but we got to get a little bit of organization together as telling people what time to be there, and if they miss their time, what happens, and blah blah blah. All the
all that
logistical crapola that we got to do. But
I think we'll set a time when we're going to start, and everybody just gets in line.
Yeah, well, I was thinking, we'll give them a ticket. Number 2, number 3, and if you miss your time, you go to the back. But if you got to go to, if you miss your time, you may not get your play.
Bro, logistics are you? I just sing.
Well, you got a guy. Your guy will help.
I got a guy. Don't worry.
You got a guy.
You got a guy.
That's right.
Don't worry.
All right. Well,
bro, Chris, thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. One more time. It is on Sunday, May the 26th, Pinball PA, Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The live Crush 40 experience with Mr. Johnny Gioeli. And Johnny, I thought we would end with you doing something live so people can get a feel for what they're going to see. So I clipped a little bit of Live and Learn from you with a bunch of people in front of you. So, Johnny, thank you as always, my friend. Man. And we will do this. We'll see you on Sunday.
All right, brothers. Thank you, guys. Be safe. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, bro. Peace.
Later. Peace out.
There's plenty of places to experience the Seth Williams Show, but if you want all the content, you need to join us on Minds. Get all the live episodes of the show every Monday and Wednesday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Get the special bonus footage every Wednesday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. Get bonus content from Seth and Chris as it's produced. It's only $4.99 per month, so don't wait. Sign up today. Visit us at www.minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Oh, he's a good dude. Looking forward to it.
Johnny's great. So yeah, that's good. That's what we will be doing on Sunday. I do want to answer Habu here in the chat. Parking pass too. There's no need for a parking pass. This mall literally has the biggest parking lot, I think, in history.
Was the stage going to be out there? Because I've been there in that parking lot that's right outside.
No, the stage is going to be in the back where we had the party center.
Okay.
We're taking out the party center and we're putting in the stage and the screen and everything else. So
outdoors, though.
No, indoors.
Oh, it is indoors? Oh, wow. Wow. This will be a hell of a day.
It's going to be great. Yeah, we're moving machines and clearing space, and we're turning it into a thing. But literally during the show, I'm getting texts. What about this? What about that? How about this technical thing? I'm like, I'm doing a show. I'm promoting. Hit me in an hour.
Yeah, it'll be fun, I think.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. Johnny will deliver. He always delivers as far as concerts go. So it's going to be good fun. And if people want to come out, please do.
I would like to say, though, that he is the first rock musician that we've had on to hint around the fact that, yes, those days at least did happen.
Oh, yes.
Bus and everything.
Well, most of them pretend that it didn't because they're married or whatever. And he's married, but I mean, maybe his wife knows. I don't know. I don't know the insides of that. I just know that They all, yeah, dude. And again, you've been around enough musicians. When you talk to them not in front of a screen, they have a whole different story.
It's a
on
lot
it.
different. Yeah.
You hear a whole different story than you hear here.
And you see a lot different story than you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've been
Hear
on some
it.
of those buses that that I talk about all the time.
Yeah, here it's none of that ever went on at all, and there it's here's a pack of lunch meat. Let's see who can cover the girl's nipples the closest.
I had
Different
to go
time.
out one morning. I won't say the name of the rock star, but I had to go out and pretty big star.
Mm-hmm.
And he was they had a tour bus parked out in the parking lot at iHeart.
Yeah.
And I had to go get him for an interview.
Okay.
I got on that bus and I saw things that I was just like, okay, well, the life of a rock star is fantastic.
Right.
Even to this day.
Sure. I just wonder. I mean, I've been backstage dozens of times in the past 10 years or so, and there's really not much going on these days. Everybody's so scared of Me Too and all this other shit now that, that nobody's doing anything. But I'm telling you, and I think I've told this story before, and if not, I'll tell it here. But the last time I saw anything crazy was with Tesla. And I was interviewing Frank Hannon, and then there was a girl in the room, and at the end of the interview, he had her just kind of take off her clothes and turned on some music and was stripteasing on top of a coffee table.
That's fantastic.
It was great fun. It was definitely great fun. But that was easily 10, 15 years ago, maybe even longer. I don't even remember when that was. But it was at House of Blues. How long has that place been there?
Been there for a while. So, yeah.
15, 20? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was at House of Blues. It was sometime, and it wasn't recent. It was definitely a long time ago.
I do love that band, though.
I love Tesla. Big fan.
Me too.
But
well, I don't think we're going to see all that kind of partying on Sunday, but
no, I don't think so.
I'm looking forward to being there.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Hopefully some people from listen to this show come out and
Yeah.
hang out and say hi and
Come out, have some fun. It's going to be a good time. I think.
it better be, otherwise you're fucked.
I don't care. Dude, I am so far past worrying about money on this gig. It's just, I'm anxious to do it. I think it's great publicity for Pinball PA, and it's really good publicity for Johnny, who is my friend, and it's just it's a good work all around. It's good work, and Johnny touched on it, but he's raising money for a really good charity. This popcorn for the people.
I wanted to ask him about his charity, but
well, he's talked about it other places, so but the charity's called Popcorn for the People. You can look it up. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good charity for people with autism and neurologically challenged people. So,
all right, well, so I qualify now.
No, there you go. So
if you missed the show on Monday, I took an autism test, and I apparently am autistic.
You're on the borderline. Let's not automatically
On the borderline, 20 points is autistic. I had 19 and 3
Yeah.
quarters.
So you were right on the border.
Right on the border.
You were like that guy in Mexico trying to decide if he walks over or not.
I was a Mexican trapped in barbed wire trying to get across the U.S.
You were the Mexican that got to the wall but couldn't quite climb over it yet.
Yeah, I'm struggling. I have one leg on fat. I'm struggling to get over that border of autism.
That's right.
Oh, God. If people are tuning in to hear Tony Masaccio, our restaurant reporter who's usually on right about now, is not on. He has a charity golf event to go to.
All right.
He can call it charity all he wants to, but I'm guessing that it's a golf tee time that he had scheduled for 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and is out on the course either drunk right now or drinking.
Is the charity Tony Masaccio?
Yes. Oh, man. How do you get that gig? 11 is Seth's go-to number. It is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you know that.
Because you talked about it like at length on Monday. That's how he knows.
And I'm telling you, I've noticed it since then. I almost sent you like 3 different pictures of times that I've looked at my phone and it was like, oh my God, 11, 11. 11
right
12.
now it's 5:11. Does that 11 bother you?
It doesn't bother me. That's 11. That's straight up 11.
Yeah, that's a straight up 11. So it's a good time to talk, right?
If it said 4-7, that's a backwards 11, and then that would be bad.
So right now it would be bad because it's 5-1-2.
No, it's still 12.
Oh, 12 is good. That's right. 12 is good.
Yes.
I see.
It's weird. When I see an 11, I say a prayer to health.
Okay.
When I see a prayer, or when I see a 12, I say a prayer to just everything being in general okay for everybody.
All right.
It sounds fucking nuts, but now so Greg Mack, the Fish.
Yeah. Sure.
So apparently he has this thing where autism, it makes you count things. Is that one of the symptoms of autism? You can count. Really good?
That's
Rain
what
Man did.
and that's where a lot of people get it. Is the only thing most people know about autism or Asperger's or whatever is Rain Man. So they associate everything of that you could throw a box of toothpicks on the floor and you'd be able to say 481. There's 481 toothpicks on the floor.
So he comes into the studio this morning and he drops like 15 fucking ketchup packets on the table. How many are there? I'm like, look, dude, just because I am borderline autistic doesn't mean that I can count stuff.
Right. But you keep track of numbers. You have a different count. Instead of counting stuff, you keep a count of the 11s.
Get Gary on. Gary the Numbers Guy. I haven't heard from Gary the Numbers Guy in years. I tried to look him up on X or Twitter or whatever the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. And I can't get hold of him. I today bought a check mark for X.
Oh, did you?
Yes, because in this booking industry that you are aware of, booking guests for TV shows, radio shows, this show, all your podcasts. Now, the majority of these people, it's not like you just look somebody up and there's just fucking email addresses and phone numbers. Here you go. Now you can just call somebody. Usually they're on Twitter or somewhere else, and you have to be able to get a hold of them.
Yeah, and you can't message without the checkbox. Yeah,
Elon Musk has made it so fucking difficult to message somebody. Now I have to spend $100 a year so I can get a check mark next to my name so I can message somebody to say, hey, come on the show.
Yeah.
Now, I will say I signed up today. Now, I did the cheap route of doing it like $7 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And so it's not terrible, but the first person that I needed to try to book for Bob for a guest for the TV show, I sent him a message on X. I got a response in 20 minutes and said, yes, I'd love to come on the show.
There you go.
So apparently it works, and so it may be worth my money. But I thought maybe like the radio station or TV station or whatever would be paying for that.
They won't give you the $7?
No.
Jesus.
Pay me for the account.
That's funny.
But it's part of my job, dude, is to get these people on the shows. And so now to have to pay, the fact they have to pay for a social media account is really irritating to me.
I agree. There are good perks though. Not again, I'm against paying for it too, but I do like that you can have the extended posts, and I do like that you can upload, huge videos to Twitter as well, because the Twitter video works way better than anything, including YouTube or anything. Now, Twitter video is the best.
As of this morning, it was still verifying my account. How long does that take before my check mark?
About a day.
So probably is not there now.
Yeah, by tomorrow it'll be there.
Do you have X pulled up or no? I don't know if you have X.
I have my X.
Can you look up my profile?
Let me see, X.com. Is it just Seth Williams Show, that one?
No, it's Seth WHK 1420.
Well, let's see. How do you search on this fucking thing? Seth WHK 1420. You are not verified yet, sir.
Still nothing. Huh?
Still nothing.
I mean, I paid the money. They took my money. So are they going to verify my account? How do they verify your account?
I don't know. I paid the money. I waited a day and it was done.
All right. So I shouldn't worry just yet.
Yeah, don't worry just yet. I just followed you. You got a new follower out of it.
Is it WHK 1420? Seth
Yep.
WHK 1420? Hey, if you're on X, follow me on Seth WHK 1420. Although I don't remember the last post I even had.
It was January 25th. I'll tell you when it was. It was a YouTube short or something, a TikTok video of me and you.
Of the show? Okay.
Yeah, me and you.
I got to start posting more. I've decided that my account needs to be posting. I need to start posting.
This is an absolute truth. The other thing he knows about me is that I'm the second most popular Chris Aiken online, because there's another one with the same name that's more popular. That is true.
Is that how you spell your last name?
No, but he's correct in the assessment that.
Why is the other Chris Aiken more popular?
There's a dog trainer guy named Chris Aiken, and he's way more popular than me. Not just a little. He's a lot more popular than me.
Hell, a dog trainer? What the fuck does he do?
He trains dogs, but he's one of them.
What? Like
hunt and stuff. Like he's a hunting. He's the. It's funny because we've definitely both gotten each other's emails from time to time.
Doesn't Bob pay? No.
You know that. I've had that connection at the Blaze, and I've helped Seth's job with that connection from the Blaze.
Yeah, we had Dave Landau on there. We had Dave Landau on.
We definitely had
Watch
Dave
True,
go.
Go to watchtrueblue.com. Look it up. It's on demand. You can look
That's
up
right.
Dave Landau.
We've definitely. See, here's the other guy. There's Chris Aiken. He's a duck hunting guy. Trains dogs.
I refuse to believe that the duck hunting Chris Aiken is more popular than
Way more popular than me.
CMS Network Chris Aiken.
He is. He
Aren't there
definitely is.
100,000 dog trainers that just do that kind of thing?
But he's like a celebrity dog. Like he trains celebrities' dogs to hunt and shit.
How fucking special do you have to be to train a dog to hunt ducks?
Don't be disparaging my brother here.
Yeah. Dogs are relatively smart. If they, see a duck get shot out of the air, they can go grab it and bring it back to you. It's really not that tough.
Hey, if his name is Chris Aiken, he
I'm
must be
standing up
good.
for your name.
I don't care. I'm fine being the second most famous Chris Aiken. That's fine. I might move up though. Doing this thing on the Blaze. That might move me up. I might.
Whatever.
I might move forward.
That's the problem here. The next thing you know, it's going to be Chris Aiken as a regular sit-down guest or permanent sidekick on Dave Landau's show, and I get fucked.
No, that's not going to happen. First of all, that would never happen. Second of all, it would be my luck that my appearance gets canceled and they book Chris Aiken, the dog trainer, instead. That would be my luck. I go to get on Wednesday, and the producer said, "Oh no, we didn't mean you. We meant the other guy." That would be my luck.
I was going to say there's a more popular Seth Williams, but I'm not popular. So I'm not even the second. I'm not even the 30th most popular Seth Williams, most likely.
Come on, you
Is
are.
there a Seth Williams out there that's popular?
I don't know. The only reason I knew about this guy was because I got an email at one point from like his manager or something. That was like, I think we're getting some of your emails. And you can imagine
the emails he got.
That's what I was going to say. Me getting his emails, not a big deal. When I get, and it doesn't happen that often, but there's definitely been, especially when I launched my web address, which is chrisaiken.net.
Yeah.
When I launched that, then I started, every once in a while, I get an email about a dog. And it'll be like, is this a good kind of food to feed your dog if you're trying to get him to do whatever? And I'm just like, I don't fucking know. But I can just imagine what he gets from me. Because some of the stuff we talk about at CMS, especially some of the pervy stuff, I can just imagine the absolute filth that he gets. People emailing him about, oh, what do you think about finger banging midget chicks or something? I could just imagine what he gets thrown back at him. Because I know what gets thrown at me, and it's exactly that. So,
yeah, God.
Do you get that at all? Where you get emails from fans and they want to do show just between you and them through like instant messenger? I get that all the time.
Yeah, the worst was, God, I hope I don't get. Well, I guess I could say it because it happened. But somebody had sent me something. It was one of those Chris Hansen videos where he's catching a predator things.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because I've talked about it on this show, and I've talked about it before, and I'm part of that channel.
Sure.
And so somebody sent me a video of one of them, and it was so raunchy, dude, so raunchy. It was just Chris Hansen, because it's uncensored now.
I know, I love it.
This video that this guy sent me was completely uncensored. It's Chris Hansen actually saying, like, so you brought lube to hop on his cock, you said. And it was so bad. And as it's playing, because I looked it up on, somebody sent it in my email.
Yeah, so you looked it up, watched it.
I looked it up and watching it in the studio, and the office manager opens up the door. I didn't hear her because I can't hear a damn thing. And she's like, Seth. In the meantime, all is going out over these speakers in the studios. You bounced on his cock with this lube. I'm like, oh, fuck. That's so bad. I was like, I'm sorry, somebody sent this to me. It's absolutely a news story.
You showed up to her house with Zima and condoms looking for sex.
Again, it was completely uncensored. And it's talking about bouncing on his private parts. And
right.
His penis in your mouth. I'm like, please, I am so sorry, but that was an actual news story that happened, and somebody sent it to me. I apologize.
Dude, can we not get Chris Hansen on this show?
We might be able to get Chris Hansen on this show.
Let's get dude, I even paid for a cameo from Chris Hansen to do a CMS bumper. I'm a huge fan of Chris Hansen. I'm an absolute total fan of him. I would love to talk to him.
I am absolute fanboy of Chris Hansen. I mean, I met him, the first time I met him was at the Christmas party for the TV, the TV network.
Right.
And so he walks in, and Bob says to Chris, because Bob knew him from before, he's like, Seth is a big fan. Him and his wife watch the show all the time, blah, blah, blah. And so Chris Hansen came over to me, and I was like, you don't understand. Like, I watched To Catch a Predator. I watched all the other ones. And his big line in those shows is, when he talks to these perverts, is, have a seat right over here, please.
Right.
When he's busting him for wanting to have sex with underage kids, I said, it would mean a lot to me if he would just tell me to have a seat over here. And so he did, and it was the greatest night of my life. Right. And so I got to know him a little bit. The next time I saw him, another party up there, he was coming in to get on the elevator, and I was sitting downstairs waiting for my wife or whatever. No, she was there with me. We were waiting on somebody else. And he goes, Seth, how you doing? And he remembered my name, my wife's name, and
nice.
It was cool to actually shake his hand and like talk to him again. And it was it's really cool to actually be on a first name basis.
Hell yeah,
Hansen, because he's a big deal, man. That's big.
He
time.
is a big deal. Yeah, I mean, he was huge, but please do.
Hey, I'll just say this. Yeah.
Check this out. This is the bumper. I had to make this. We do a segment on CMS called Judge Aiken.
Yeah.
Where I don the judge's white wig and I have my gavel right here and stuff, and basically it's a spoof on when teachers rape students, basically. Those and I basically sentence them based on how good they look, not what they did. I look at them and go, oh, she's hot, not guilty, or community service in my chambers or whatever. It's just a silly segment we do, right?
Yeah.
So then I had Chris Hansen do a cameo, because his cameo when he started was dirt cheap. It was like $5. So I had him do this cameo for the show, and we play it all the time on the show. So check this out.
The Classic Metal Show. That sounds very familiar. Very suspicious. Very Predator-like. Anyway, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators, and To Catch a Predator, I'm going to need everybody to have a seat because I've been going through some transcripts in a recent Predator case involving teachers. And I just need you to know that I'll be submitting those cases to Judge Aiken for a ruling, all right? So in the meantime, behave yourselves, and remember, I'll be watching. Oh, and hail and kill. All right, take care.
That's the best.
It's so good. For $5, that was the best $5 I think I've ever spent.
That is awesome. Yeah, like I put it on my Facebook, but it was a long time ago of him telling me to have a seat. But
oh yeah, dude. I mean, I hate to say it, but he's in the most heinous job in America, and it makes you love him even more.
I know.
You know, and dude, the True Blue version of the show,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't watch Dateline or whatever.
Yeah.
Never have, except when To Catch a Predator was on.
Right.
And when they advertised that they were going to have new To Catch a Predator, I tuned in. Like, tuned in on time to watch, because that was before there was streaming and everything.
Yeah.
So I would be at 10 o'clock on Friday watching this shit because I love that segment. And now I don't even know that I could watch the NBC segments because him uncensored is so much better.
If you just go to watchtrueblue.com, it's something like $4.99 a month. I mean, it's like...
And you don't even need to pay for it if you don't want. I mean, you should, but you don't have to. I mean, it's on all the time. Chris Hansen's To Catch, or what is it called now? The new name of it? Takedown. It's on 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
It really is. You watch like 6 hours of that and then an episode of Bob. And then you watch another 6 hours and it's like the Duck Dynasty guy or something.
Right.
But it's like 1 or 2 episodes. It's right back to Chris Hansen. It's the Chris Hansen channel.
Well, he co-founded it with another guy, and it's really great though. But True Blue Network you can get on Roku TVs, LG TVs, Vizio TVs,
Apple.
You can get it on Vizio, Plex, Zumo.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
And watch Bob's show too. Bob's show is pretty good.
And I watch Bob's show too. I'm going to tell you, and you could pass this back to Bob if you would, because I hardly ever get to speak to him. But I thoroughly, and I'm going to preface this by saying I generally hate this guy's interviews. I really enjoyed his interview with Bernie Kosar.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
That was and Bernie usually stinks. No, I know you're not supposed to say that as a Clevelander or whatever, but he's usually such a bore on the interviews. Like he's always safe or whatever. And Bob really came at him with like good questions and hard questions and learned a lot of stuff about Bernie, learned a lot of stuff about the early days and Belichick and everything else. It was great.
He was emotional during some of that stuff, talking about how, injuries and stuff like that, affected him.
Mm-hmm.
And how his mental status has been as of late. That was a good episode. I was actually sitting directly across from Bernie during that.
Oh, nice.
And there was one time where he looked over at me and started talking about me and Triv. I'm sure that didn't make the cut,
right?
With the final episode, but he looked right at me. He's like, "Hey, remember when me and Triv would do this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, here you go, Seth. This should make you comfortable. See?
Oh yeah, that would work.
See, that would be perfect, right?
Yeah.
The fans got your back.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I know I was told by somebody not to bash him anymore because, he's not on the show, so what difference does it make?
Are we bashing him?
No, I'm going to bash him right now, though. Listen, that fuck still hasn't gotten over Trump. He still posts stuff every single day or almost every single day about Trump on Facebook. It's like, dude, can you please get over it? Don't vote for him. There's people out there who don't like Trump. When it's time to vote, don't vote for him.
Yeah, that's it.
Or
I don't know. Who said that we were bashing him, though? We throw an occasional joke here or there, but we ain't bashing him.
And maybe we'll talk more about Trump, who, by the way, the government said it was okay to shoot him.
Yeah.
And after we're done here, when we switch over to Mines, like right now.
Yeah, we'll switch over to Mines and talk about that.
But I want to thank Joey for coming.
Joey?
Sorry,
Johnny.
I got him mixed up and talking to his brother, Johnny, for coming on today. Much appreciated. And hopefully see him this coming Sunday.
That's right.
Sunday. So be out there in Aliquippa, PA. Pinball PA Sunday for that.
That's right.
Looking forward to that. So thanks everybody for watching. Now it's time for extra bonus content.
That's right.
It's getting windy outside. Maybe it's going to storm.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to put us both in the green room for a minute till I get everything situated, and then I'll bring us back when we're on Mines. How's that?
And we'll talk to you later. If you're not joining us on Mines, we'll talk to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.
See you, folks.